success. The rising heat from the fires is now influencing the storm far above, making it stronger and unpredictable. This is a dangerous development.
Well, that can't be right. The wind at ground level's changed direction. The fire front's swinging around.
Oh my God, they're caught in a dead man's zone.
Tell the pilot to get those firefighters out, now!
Leslie, do you read me? Leslie! Leslie! Do you read me? Get out of there!
The massive updrafts of rising heat from below are destabilizing the storm, causing it to change direction, trapping the firefighters in what is called the dead man zone. The dead man zone is the most hazardous place a firefighter can be caught. It's the area of unburnt land to the side of a fire front. The danger is if the wind changes direction. A fire can swing round suddenly and create a whole new, larger front with fresh fuel to burn. Any firefighter in this zone will have little or no time to escape.
The dead man zone occurs when the fire front rapidly changes direction. You're then caught with a fire front bearing down on you, and you have to act defensively if you can't evacuate immediately.
The fire is closing on them faster than they can run.
When a major wildfire comes very close to you, it's absolutely amazing. The sound is incredible. It literally is like a locomotive running next to your ear. Communication drops to virtually zero. If you had long hair, you could feel it being sucked towards the fire front, because the fire is consuming so much air so rapidly to feed itself and to move forward that you get that situation occurring.
The rangers' local knowledge of the landscape might just save their lives.
Stop, we're never going to make it! Which way?
We've got to go this way, but I need you to trust me, okay? Let's go!
Come on, come on, you lot! Come on!
So the pilot can't get to them.
Updrafts.
Just too hot. The thermals are about to knock him out of the air as it is. He had to pull out.
Hey!
There is now nothing to stop the fire fronts joining up as they burn the remaining fuel between them. Crashing into each other, the immense energy of these vast walls of flame combines, creating a single fire front measuring over 2,000 kilometers. This is the moment the fire mutates into its most deadly form. As the two fire fronts join, the perfect firestorm is born. The incredible heat generated by the single fire causes the air above it to rise at up to 180 kilometers per hour, in the process sucking in cooler air from ground level, just like a chimney. The fire now takes on a life of its own, becoming a self-sustaining, unstoppable firestorm. With temperatures peaking at over 2,000 degrees Celsius, as it grows, the winds around it cause it to rotate, creating swirling, superheated vortices similar to tornadoes.
Firestorms can occur when you get fire fronts pushed together. Fire being a dynamic entity, if you want to call it that, literally sometimes can go where it wants to go. It's especially with the eucalyptus oil on the trees heating up, and the trees explode actually before the fire even gets there. That's just from the radiant heat. These massive firestorms are created, and they're an all-consuming power.
Firestorms move fast. It will take less than 3 hours for the raging inferno to cover the remaining 40 kilometers to Sydney. Against such a primal force of nature, the firefighters are being forced into a retreat. The enormous smoke clouds block out the sun, and day is turned into night.
The fire service and the fire brigade have everyone they can muster, and the fire's still heading towards the city. Ideas?
We're trying to bring in units from around the state, but the roads are either in the path of the fire or choked by smoke. We're having trouble getting in.
Out of state?
Queensland can helicopter in 200. And Canberra can get a division, but they estimate 6 to 8 hours.
It's just not quick enough. In less than 6 hours, we could lose God knows how many homes. They're going to have to start evacuating.
I'll let the incident controllers know.
With the city itself now under direct threat from the firestorm, Sydney's urban firefighters are recalled into the suburbs. In a major fire, smoke shuts down the airports. With all other roads impassable, the 2 northbound coastal roads become the only way out.
This is becoming Australia's worst bushfire season, inflamed by tinder-dry forests, grasslands...
Even with a fire of this size, not everyone is prepared to abandon their homes to the mercy of the fire. Residents are used to protecting their homes by clearing their roofs of leaves and soaking the outsides in water. But against the ferocity of a firestorm, these precautions will be useless. But it's not just fires from outside the city emergency services have to worry about. Perversely, it's at these times, when the city is at its most vulnerable from the threat of fire, that arsonists are most likely to strike. In 2001, as firefighters struggled to contain blazes surrounding Sydney, dozens of additional fires appeared in the centre. Police investigations showed that they'd all been deliberately lit. The arsonists know that with resources at breaking point, even their smallest fires can cause untold damage.
If a major wildfire occurs around the perimeter of the edges of a city, you tend to find a lot of the resources, the firefighting resources that are there day in and day out with the city crews, are taken to go out and fight those fires. So you start getting a skeleton crew issue there, and that means the fires that you do have tend to get bigger, quicker, because you have a siren response time to get those crews to the fires.
And these are powerful fires. The energy released from this firestorm is the equivalent to 30 Hiroshima bombs.
Probably over 100 feet on boring in with drive, impacting houses over. This is a rare situation. We need some funders here urgently.
All the technology in the world is not enough to stop this firestorm. As it crashes into the suburbs, the emergency services continue to be forced into a defensive retreat. While doing everything they can to slow the fire, the urban fire brigade also